Hello and welcome back to another video about XERO. So today we're going to have a look at how to produce an invoice which looks like this. Okay, so you got all the products, all the services with the VAT and your logo. So we're gonna go to the beginning. So you log into your XERO. There are a few ways how you can produce your invoice. So you can either go through the fastest way, it's click on plus and invoice. And voila, you're done. Or you can go to the client. So you can search for the client. Click on it and click new. And then you produce a sales invoice. So that's another way. Or go to business and click on invoices and you click new invoice. So that's a way how you produce invoices. The other way, if you got invoice which you think the client orders the same stuff, you find the invoice of your clients and then you do invoice and you copy it. So you don't need to copy the products every time. You can maybe say, okay, he always buys these X, but maybe he changes the quantity. So this time he bought 2, he bought 12, and then he bought 15. Okay, so you just change that. So that is the way how you can produce the invoice. And then once you're done, you approve it. But in our case, we start from fresh. So you chose the client you want to invoice. This is the date. You can put whatever reference you use. If you use copy of an invoice, the previous invoice or the invoice you used, it's gonna be put in reference. You can put something there, you don't have to. So because we set up the product, so you've got a few options. So you can select from the products with add new line. You can add as many products as you want. You change the quantity. So these windows are calculators. Okay, so what you can do, you can say, okay, he ordered that he wants 5 for Friday and then 4 for Tuesday. So rather than you adding up, or he said, or you decide, oh, you know what, because he ordered that many, I'm going to lower the price by 10%. Okay, or what you can do, I'll just put the price back, or what you can do, you can give him a discount of 10%. Okay, so it will calculate it for you and it will put the discount on the invoice. So if you have a look on the invoice, it says there's a discount of 247 of the 10%. Okay, so that is how you will produce an invoice. Obviously, not always you've got set up a product, which you can set up from the invoice if there's additional product or a service you want to do, like we showed before. So you click add item and then you choose your unit price, what nominal account it goes to, what rate it's going to be used. So we got unit price of 0.9 and then we're gonna do a extra small x. Okay, extra small x. You can put more in description for the client. Okay, so that is additional, and you straight away it goes into your line. You just change quantity. Okay, so that's one way. So then later, what you do with the invoice, you can either save it as a draft for later, but because you got ongoing invoice, because he said, oh, I don't know yet, I need another product, so can you keep it for me, or you can approve it, or approve and it straight away takes you to another empty invoice, or you can approve it and print it. You don't do any printing, so do no printing. But what can happen here is you can put additional text. So you can ignore the item here. That's just for you. That doesn't really appear on the invoice. But you say if you say there's an ad hoc delivery charge, and then you put one and you deliver for £15. So you can put sales, and if you've VAT registered, you will be claiming VAT on it. Because the eggs are non-vatable. You can add, we can allocate it to additional revenue, or you can set up a nominal account 201 for the delivery. We can talk about it later, but I can set it up for you so you get an idea how it's going to be. So it's going to be sales, and it's going to be let's say 210, and we're going to put as a delivery to customer. Okay, and you save it. So straight away it will remember the VAT code, etc. So if you think, oh, but I charge 15 inclusive of VAT, so we change it. So rather than you calculating 15 divided by 1.2, that gives me this, and it will be exclusive. Then it will be £2.50 of VAT. So you can put the £15 and put it's inclusive of VAT. Okay, obviously, if your business is not VAT registered, everything will turn into no VATs, and nobody will bother you with any VAT items. But this business is VAT registered, so we do it's inclusive of VAT. So the client will end up paying £46.58. So this is how you produce an invoice. When you approve it, it hits the profit and loss account. Then also gonna be an invoice outstanding for 46.58 due by the client. You can preview the invoice, what it's going to look like. So this is how it's going to look like with all the information on a mobile phone. This is how it's going to look like. This is going to look like on a mobile phone, and that's gonna look like on a computer. You can tailor your invoices. If you're not registered, you think, well, there's no point me showing the VAT, so we can remove that column. It's not a problem. We can add pay now buttons. We can add link for direct debits, or additional buttons, and terms and condition, payment within 14 days. So that's just how it can be set up. So this is a simple view of how to produce an invoice, and we will later move into further steps, how to settle an invoice, how we can set up templates on invoices. But if you've got any question in the meantime, please let me know.